Spin Summit this past week, specifically about inversions and introversions. These are two concepts which, as I've said many, many times on this blog before, I do not come close to understanding. And I had hoped that you'd be able to shed some light on that for me. And the funny thing is, he didn't quite answer my question, but he gave me an answer that I think was a little bit more valuable. Let me break it down for y'all. Now, fundamentally, these concepts are based around this kind of idea of creating a cavity between your arms for the toy to go in and out of, right? If I have it on the side of me like this, as I'm rotating the toy around, I can drop it inside that little cavity and keep it rotating and pop it back out to outside of my arms, right? And I can do this either by, say, entering non-native side and then popping right back out, or by entering native side and then popping back out. I can enter non-native, exit native, like so. Or I can enter native, go to non-native, and exit out of non-native. Right? Now, there was a bit of a difference between those four possibilities, and I don't know if you guys caught it. I'll point it out as I demonstrated this time. Take a look at the cross point of the toy as I switch between these. So as I'm going from the outside, if I go non-native back, non-native back, non-native back, non-native back, the cross point of my toy is faced away from me, right? Whereas if I set it to go non-native, rather native out, native out, native out, native out, the cross point is now pointing towards the camera. We can even futz around with this a bit more by, say, having it enter non-native, exit native, in which case the cross point is now pointing directly up. Which must mean that if we reverse the order of these, guess what? The cross point is pointed down. This is entering native and exiting non-native. Basically, Alien Jon's advice to me was stop thinking about it in terms of in-swings and out-swings, introversions and inversions, and start thinking about it in terms of where those cross points will be, which I think is actually hugely helpful. One of the most useful examples that Alien Jon likes to show is coming up with different variations on thread the needles, wherein you work through different series of these points, right? And of course, by cycling through these, we play around with a variety of different cross points. Fabulous. But what other uses can we find for these? Well, here's a big one. Normally when we perform a corkscrew, we're performing a move that, from the side, fundamentally looks almost like a U or a V, with a cross point directly in front of us. We can take these lessons learned and instead have one of the cross points facing at us, in which case we create this move, which if you look at it from above, this would be the corkscrew, and this would be the move I just demonstrated. They look almost exactly the same from the side, right? But if you put that into a vertical place, the difference is night and day. One looks like a U, and one looks more like almost a helix of DNA. You can futz around with this in a variety of ways. One of the ones that I've been having a good time with is trying to put the cross point up with both hands as they're doing a chase move, which is bitch-ass hard because it involves twisting them up for the first step. And if there are any of you inversion monkeys out there who can tell me how to do this without having to cross them first, I would really appreciate finding it out, because it's a bear and a half. So yeah, also you can take some of these same lessons that we learned from doing the thread the needle and, say, put it in a more vertical place, like so. In which case, you get to play around with these cross points as producing different pictures in much the same way we would a toy, right? Cool. So, Alien Jon, thank you so much. This is very, very fertile ground for experimentation. The rest of you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you next time. Peace.